What is up, everyone? Outdoor live stream, baby. I know we've talked about it over the years. Get in the backyard ready to rumble, and we're finally here. Finally, outdoor live stream. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? I'm on Rumble. I should be on Rumble. Everything should go well. I'm sure we'll have some kind of hiccup, but I see us on YouTube. I got 10 gifted memberships over from. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. 10 gifted by Luis. Freaking monster. Luis, you straight up savage. We're talking Puka Nacua. Can you guys hear me? Okay? Loud and clear? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I'm on my AirPods. I think it's going to be a little bit better audio. We should have a camera, a tracking camera here. It's not working yet. Luis, appreciate you, my man. Here just fine. Perfect. Wonderful. I don't see us on Rumble yet. Hopefully that is just a little bit of a delay. But I got Rumble pulled up, and hopefully we pop up here soon. I could see it having a problem connecting the first time. But we're out here doing it live. Puka Nacua, a lot of Puka Nacua conversation, a lot of BTJ conversation. Brian Thomas Jr. back in the news. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, they're not trading him, Smitty. They're not trading him." Well, guess what? Now there's a report out. Let me pull it up and I'll read it to you. This report coming from, I believe, an ESPN reporter. So hang tight as I pull it up. More Puka Nacua news. It's just crazy, man. Algier. We'll talk about Algier in a second. And then here, Parker Washington. We'll get to Parker Washington and his extension potentially. Love our boy Parker Washington. So this comes from ESPN, a report saying that there's rumblings about a potential trade by the Jets. The Jets might try and trade for a wide receiver. Donovan Wicks was kicked around and BTJ was kicked around. Honestly, it would be fitting for the Jets to go get another wide receiver, another weapon, and not have a quarterback that can facilitate. It's just asinine to me. But BTJ still continuously being kicked around, and trade rumors suggest to me that they're listening when the phone rings. Don't listen to anybody during smoke season that says BTJ can't be traded. He doesn't fit the offense. Trevor Lawrence doesn't know how to get him the ball. Mac Jones and BTJ exploded together. Then when freaking T-Law came back from injury, nothing. And we saw a whole year after that of nothing. And you have the acquisition of another wide receiver. You extend Jacoby Myers. You're about to give Parker Washington, our boy P. Wash, to the mother freaking moon. Where's our P. Wash graphic when we need it? P. Wash about to get an extension. What will the P. Wash extension do for the George Pickens contract? Is everybody still hear me okay? Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. Doing it live out here in the backyard. I should have a tracker. So we do have, let me go over here. Yeah, that's not it. Hold on, let me readjust the camera here. I've got a joystick here. Let me see here. Can move the camera over here. It's sure going slow. Oh, you know what? That's why. Man, that sucks. Hold on. Let me see if I can let me get back to this camera shot. Um, yeah, I'll have to figure out how to get this camera to work that way. We should have it tracking. It should be AI tracking, but it's not right now. I don't know. It's supposed to hold up a. It's not working out. We'll get it working. Um, but we also have. Let me see if I can. I'll just move the joystick. I had all the cameras preset. It's crazy to me. This thing. Let's see if we can get this over here. It's like moving like a snail, bro. There's the b-ball court right there. Been working on the yard for like 2 years. Just created this little beauty over here. Check it out. We got the. Hopefully you can still hear me loud and clear. We got the pull-up bar, and then soccer right here. B-ball court right here. Let me know if you guys can hear me moving around, but I have a feeling that, Luis might send me on instead of laps, maybe we're doing like push-ups or some sort of, let me recall the camera back to here. Okay, good. Uh, some sort of, instead of super chats, maybe, or instead of standing ovations, we do some sort of push-up situation. Let me see if I can move this down. Uh, I still don't think we're on Rumble, damn it. I got Rumble pulled up and it's just showing the video. Oh no, I Simi Valley said the audio is 100, so I guess it's just a delay for me. Hopefully that pulls up on Rumble. Luis dropping a super. This could be the Rumble show, the People show. I thought about it, Luis, and I'll still think about making the Rumble show the outdoor show. I thought about it long and hard. I think it's definitely a winner. It's kind of a fun little difference between the different shows. I don't have phone lines hooked up yet. Are you guys on Rumble? See me? Let me see if I can close out and go back in. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I just wish I knew if Rumble was going. Uh, I would say this guy getting a contract extension potentially will maybe hurt George Pickens' case to get more money because teams like the Dallas Cowboys will say, oh, yeah, that he's getting $27 million, $25 million per year. This guy, I can't imagine breaching 30, even though we love him. He's our boy blue. But certainly, I'm still waiting for Rumble to confirm that they can see me on Rumble. On Rumble. Please let me know. Simi Valley said the audio is fire, but he didn't say it. Nothing working over here. I knew it. I don't know what's going on Rumble. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. That sucks. But we'll try and figure it out for next time. What happened on the Rumble situation? Training for America, attaboy. That's what I'm talking about. Ninja Warrior Gladiators. Do the Stewie. Thank you, Bare Bones. Okay. Man, I wish we could take phone calls right now too. We'll see if we can get that cooking. And then we got $100 hauler from Hammer on the Rumble. Oh, uh, Hammer, appreciate Hammer dropping the $100 super chat. Maybe we take laps around these parts. Hammer, for some reason, let me see if I can get Hammer over on the YouTube side of the fence. Hammer, the Rumble isn't loading. I appreciate your super chat. Get on over to YouTube. Put that message in there. All right, so I want you guys to give me your projection on what a Parker Washington extension might look like. I also want as many of you as possible to drop a potential likelihood 0 to 100%, 100% being BTJ gone, or 0% he ain't getting traded. And don't just answer because of what the GM and Jacksonville, how they've been posturing this situation. Think a little logically. Yeah, I just realized. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, man, that sucks. Sorry about the Rumble. Every once in a while that happens. I knew if I switched to an outdoor setup, something would go wrong. We got super chats over here. Let me see if I can find them. You guys digging the outdoor live stream, though, for some graveyard shows? Or maybe we do Rumble shows out here. I'm not sure. I was thinking we would grill. So your boys got this setup right here. I was thinking we would grill, and I could turn the camera down on the meat and the potatoes or the eggs and bacon or the omelet, and then switch back and forth. Get in a set or two. Get in a set over on the gym, and just kind of like crush it out here at night. Maybe do some dogs one night. Maybe do like a Smitty special on the grill, an omelet type of thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. 80% he gone, says Silver. BTJ? Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Doggy. I like to hear that, my boy. Meat as in meatloaf. We could do the meatloaf, sure. Smitty doesn't actually eat meatloaf, guys. Hate to break it to you. Aldi says outdoors dope. I like it too. It's kind of like a different feel, different casual setup. It's kind of like hanging out with the boys. But we'll do grilling next time. Hopefully, we'll do a little omelet, some sort of grilling session out here. Appreciate you, Thank you guys. Hammer, are you around? Is Hammer in the chat now? Um, where's Hammer at? There he is. I wish Hammer. I always mix up the Josephs and then I have to look at the digits and go G4. Hammer's G4, right? I always forget. Jets are getting another prisoner, bro. It seems like it. Hammer, thank you for the $100 hauler. Hammer says, yo, yo, yo. I think he's the G4. Now, I could potentially, let me see if I can get the phone line on here. I don't know if I don't know if I can get it set up. I don't know. Let me see. It'd probably take me some time. I don't think I have, I don't think I have it on here. I could take some, I know what I can do. I can take some IG questions. So, instead of dialing in on Instagram, send me some Instagram DMs potentially. I'll see if I can play some. I might not be able to find them all. I don't know. Not sure. Um, let's see here. BTJ to Miami would be nice. That would be an interesting spot, but I kind of also feel like that number 11 pick is probably going to be the wide receiver addition for the Miami Dolphins. I think they're drafting a wide receiver at number 11 to pair with Malik Willis to give Achan, um, a little bit of relief. And I truly believe Malik Willis is going to turn heads to a degree. I truly believe that the Dolphins will look better than they appear to be set up for in 2026. I'm not saying they're going to the playoffs or anything crazy like that. The division, they have no chance of winning the division. But and they have almost less of a chance, as crazy as that sounds, to grab one of the wild card spots. There's only three of them, but I don't know. I'm really intrigued by the idea that this Dolphins team is able to add that pass catcher like Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson, and I don't know. Mekhi Lemon would be okay there. I don't mind that. I think I think a Denzel Boston also makes some sense. I think a Chris Bell later, if they can get him in a different position. Like, it's hard to say where Chris Bell with the ACL tear is going to land, but he would be phenomenal. Aldi, appreciate you. Hammer with the Hondo over on Rumble. Appreciate you very, very much. Um, Niners got significantly better. They sure did. Niners are a top four team in the conference, maybe top four, top five in the conference. I mean, Evans is going to be amazing for as long as he stays healthy. Travis laughs at Jose. What did Jose say in the chat? I heard the Niners are getting Brian Thomas. Oh, that's what Travis is laughing at. Because the Niner fans, they think they're getting everybody, bro. They think they're getting everybody. They always do. They always think they're getting every free agent. And even more funny is when they think that they're getting a player that don't laugh at my shake weight moment here. Shake weight. They always think they're getting like a backup, a player to play backup role when they don't. They don't even like the player's not even considering being a backup somewhere. Like Aaron Rodgers could come over and potentially be our signal caller. All right, I'm just gonna move this camera because it ain't working properly. Oh, can you guys still hear me? There's no air in this ball. So this court, I need to get some sort of what do you call it, weatherproof thing down. It's a half court. This is about the free throw line right here, and there's two misses in a row. Two misses in a row. I need more lighting out here. It's been a while since I've built that part, and I have not gotten the lighting system on point. So I apologize for that. Let's get it over here. Two bricks in a row. Two bricks in a row. Can we launch one from far away? Oh, did we get that? Oh, we got it back. Okay, good. Sweet. I don't understand this thing. Half the time it works, half the time it doesn't. Is it even moving? There, it's moving. Okay. Um, Gooseneck. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know, your boy's still got to train. You still got to train. I'll do this one for you. I'll do this for you. Little trick shot. We need more lighting. Little trick shot. Little drive. We'll work on the free throws. You know what would be fun is to get your boy Smitty. I'm about a 60% shooter right now from the stripe. If we could on the live stream over the course of the off season, get your boy to like 90% over the course of some live streams. You know, doing it live. Basketball used to be my thing. I was so good back in the day. I'm an older guy now, man. You lose that touch. You lose everything. Uh, it is what it is. But we'll get it going. We'll get it going. A light at the top of the backboard. I know. Um, hold on, hold on. All right. All right, we're back. This thing works half the time, so I don't even know if it's tracking. The Phoenix Middies. Jumping is dangerous for 40-year-old. It is, bro. You hit 40, and it's like, man, I used to be so good at ball. My crossover, my dribble game. I was definitely like a Steve Nash type player. You know, I could shoot. I could do layups. I could. Wasn't the best like draining threes. Um, but now it's like in my defense, I try to blow this ball, but the ball is completely like out of air. So when I first tried to make that drive, I couldn't even grab it because it like almost went straight to the ground. All right, let's real quickly talk about all this news. Um, so if I had to, reading this report, let me read the report in full from ESPN or the ESPN report. ESPN, Rich, whatever his name is, reports that the rumblings about the potential trade for the Jets at a receiver position, and that Devontae Wicks and Brian Thomas Jr. are among the names being talked about. Um, that's one of the things that's being kicked around. It says we don't believe Thomas is on the table unless the Jets are going to give up a first rounder and more. But Wicks is an attainable option for the Jets. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that Wicks is available in trade ahead of free agency. Wicks is entering his final year of his rookie contract and isn't considered a building block for the Packers, so he's probably only at cost a day 3 pick if the Jets were interested. It does seem like a more likely situation that Wicks would end up being a Jet in a trade than BTJ would be. What are the odds that the Jets would surrender the most amount of draft capital to push the we aren't trading BTJ Jaguars over the fence? The Jaguars have no interest in getting BTJ out of the building unless somebody knocks on the door and offers them an offer they cannot refuse. And that's certainly, probably, almost definitely not going to be the New York Jets putting the most effort and value into a trade offer to go get BTJ. In fact, if you ask me, there's more of a chance that the Jets trade Garrett Wilson than acquire BTJ. So just because you see it on TV or ESPN reports about it or talks about it doesn't make it true. And this coming from a guy that's continuously trying to tell you BTJ for the right price is available. And for those that think I'm just a biased, whatever talking head, wouldn't I be out here saying, yeah, now he might go to the Jets if I was trying to push a narrative and just pedal and double down on a take that I made? I don't think the Jets are even, I don't think this is going to happen whatsoever. But I do believe that a team like the New England Patriots, I do believe other teams are watching the league stack talent. And when you're in the AFC and you see the Buffalo Bills go get DJ Moore, and you're in the AFC and you see, even if you're not in the AFC, you see the Denver Broncos go get Jalen Waddle. You see the Ravens get Hendrickson and potentially maybe get into the AJB sweepstakes. I believe the Ravens are still hungry to get a wide receiver. I believe a receiver like BTJ could somehow miraculously end up being a Raven, just like the Denver Broncos under the radar kind of went and got Waddle. So the Niners in the NFC go and get Mike Evans. You're just seeing these teams make moves. And I believe the New England Patriots, a couple other teams that consider themselves contenders, are going to be sitting there going, we got to do something. Maybe A.J. Brown is our way, or New England. This is something we should be doing. Maybe BTJ isn't attainable. Maybe he is. Maybe you just haven't knocked hard enough on the door to get them to answer the door. How many times does somebody say they're not selling their house? Somebody drives by and says, well, what do you want for it? I'm not selling it. It's, I'm not selling my house. How about 8,000 billion trillion dollars? Okay, I'll sell my house. Everything's got a cost, especially when BTJ isn't even important to this team. The only thing important is that they get and recoup the value that they put in. Otherwise, they do want to still explore and go down the road, if that makes sense. There's no way that the Jaguars are just selling him to the highest bidder. Okay, it's going to be a second rounder, I guess. Go ahead, pack your bags. They're literally saying we're on lockdown. BTJ is not going anywhere. We have no interest, zero interest in trading BTJ, comma, unless somebody comes and gives us what we paid for, then okay, first rounder. I don't think they even need more than one first rounder. BTJ didn't gain value. You know what I mean? Like BTJ's not worth more than a first rounder. He's not like a Rolex where he's an investment, and he's literally losing value, leaking value every single day. Even if he was doing well, and he's not doing well, he's doing horrible. If he's doing well right now, walking out of the season, you could maybe potentially get mid first rounder, potentially. No one's giving you multiple picks likely to, unless somebody just overpays. So BTJ, I mean, it makes sense that BTJ would garner a one from a team that's desperate, from a team that doesn't want to sell. And they're saying, we're going to wait and see if we get our first round value in return, unless you're going to give us first round value. So if New England gets crazy, if the Ravens get frisky, a couple other teams might get in the mix. We've talked about a couple other spots that make sense, but it really does for me come down to the Ravens, in my opinion, whether people know they are interested or not interested, or the New England Patriots. Now, there is a world where the Rams, because of the Puka Nacua situation, which we've already talked about a lot today, but it is what it is. I mean, we got to keep speaking on it. I know everybody's getting tired of hearing about Puka Nacua, but Nacua's let me see if I can get this. Where's my Puka? Where's my Puka graphic? Here we go. Puka Nacua obviously checked himself into a rehab-esque facility. They're calling it like a day spa, but it really is rehabilitation, regardless of how you want to, label the facility, like a mental health or a mental or a health awareness or whatever the hell it is. But Puka Nacua, this is crazy because the Rams tried to get AJB. It all makes sense now. And we said that it smelled funny at the time. We said that they potentially were maybe thinking about, doing, like, being worried about something to go get AJB when you've got Devontae Adams. Then they tried to maybe trade Devontae Adams. That got weird. So then that made us pull back a little bit and go, wait a minute. Okay, maybe they were trying to grab AJB, trade Adams, and just swap the two. Maybe it didn't have to do with Puka, but we did poke around whether it did have to do with Puka. We were very curious about it, but now it makes sense. Now it makes sense that Puka Nacua, they're so worried about him, and they've been on this a lot longer than we have. McVay knew about this. McVay's known about this for a while. Puka checked himself in well before the incident, the biting incident, the Count Dracula incident. Before that, he was reportedly in this rehab facility or wellness facility. So, in retrospect, it makes sense. They're worried about Puka Nacua's availability, where he's at up here. What's it mean? Now, some of us think that there's also a strong possibility that this is all just a game to try and get his contract. That his agent, the Count Pukula camp of Dracula's came together and had a meeting. Came together at night and had a council, Pukula council, and they said, look, in order to get this Puka money, we gotta put Puka in the facility. You gotta get those teeth filed down and put him in the facility and get this thing all mopped up, this mess of a situation. And Puka might just be going, do you really believe you need help? No. I'm just living my life. This is what everyone's been saying for months now. Smitty, leave him alone. He's just trying to live his life. Stop talking about Puka Nacua. He's just trying to live his life. So, full circle back. Is there a chance that the Rams could call and offer some big contract? I mean, what do we know about AJ Brown? AJ Brown has some knee issues. The Rams discovered, not that it was a secret, but they weren't comfortable with what they found. Did AJB have another co-op secret, private knee scope that no one knew about? Because he does that every other offseason, has a knee scope or every season practically. And then we find out about it later, like, oh, AJB had a knee scope. What do we know about AJB, though? Hammer says he's 24. I haven't read some of the chat yet. I'll read the chat in a second. Let me just get this last point out, and then I'll just do chat Q&A. But what do we know about AJB? Costs a round one pick, maybe more, maybe a first and a third, maybe a first and a fourth. Maybe the knee injury puts him down to just a single one first rounder. But we know that, right? AJB cost a one. What did the Rams do? They kicked the tires on AJB. Does anybody think they went to the Eagles and said, we'll give you a second? No. We didn't hear anything about the Eagles shutting down a trade. What do we hear? We heard that the Rams backed out of a trade. The Rams backed out of a trade with the Eagles, meaning that the Rams were willing to give up a first-round pick for A.J. Brown. So we know the Rams are willing to give up a first-round pick. What if they give up a first-round pick for a younger BTJ that doesn't have knee problems? I'm just saying. Why not? Yeah, there's a lot of assumptions about why Puka went to rehab, but he did reportedly go before the accusations about the biting situation took effect. Let me go through these super chats real quickly. Luis says, Hammer, Husseini, Outlaw, BBQ, Fire, Seeming, Ron Navy, Mike from San Diego, All D, Outlaw. I'm sure I missed a lot. Welcome. Thank you for the $20 super chat, you straight up savage, Luis. Luis dropping another one. This could be the Rumble show. Thanks again for that one. And, it definitely could be. I mean, it could be. I don't want to make it, the same time we would do another YouTube show necessarily, but maybe we do. Maybe it doesn't matter that it overlaps the time that the YouTube channel would have had it. Maybe this is just a Rumble show outside at night, graveyard style. I don't know. Raise your hand if the daytime random show that potentially happens sometimes and then doesn't. Does anybody just want to make the Rumble show like Tuesday or I don't know. Let's see here. What is it, Wednesday? Wednesday nights outside. Wednesday night graveyard Rumble show for now until it gets bigger and bigger. Once we're at like 15, 20K on Rumble and things are massive and it's requiring me to go live Monday through Friday, then we'll figure it out then. But for now, I don't know who likes the outdoor Rumble show Wednesday graveyard style. And maybe we're grilling with Smitty Wednesday nights Rumble. I never make the daytime show. It's too hard for me. Need more lights though. Well, we're gonna try it. As I already said, Vader, I'm working on that. But I didn't want to wait. Luis with 10 gifted memberships, everybody. And I don't have all my soundboard stuff. There's a lot of stuff I still got to tweak. But I thought, you know what? I'm not just gonna try and make perfection. Let's just go live. Let's just do it. We've been waiting like a year for the outdoor shows. I've been working on the backyard, getting it ready, getting it outdoor ready for a long time now, and we're here. So let's do it live. Um, this one from Howard. Howard, appreciate you. Here's some coin. Let me fix this background on these things. Hold on one second, because you can't even see it. There we go. All right. Howard says, "Here's some coin towards the backyard American Ninja Warrior setup." That's right, my boy. That's right. Let's see if we can. Can we smash this camera shot over there? Let's see. Can we get it over here? Let's see. Camera. it doesn't want to play. Nice. Okay, that's the wrong way. It's the wrong way. American Ninja Warrior. Okay, I guess I got to go this way. You're gonna come by me. Uh, there you are, pal. There you are. See you later, Deuce. This thing's taking forever. Uh, come on, spin. You got this. You got this. You got this. So this is the backyard setup. Here's the basketball hoop over here. Need more lighting over there. There's the Ninja Warrior setup. There's the basketball hoop. You got the backstop up behind it. If you're wondering what that is, the other additional pieces of wood. Let me save this as preset one, and that way when we go back and forth between shots, I can now show you that setup, and we can even do like super chats. I got to go work out. I got to go. I got to go pound a set out. Or I got to go hit the bag. Or there's a push-up bar over here as well that I installed at the bottom. I'll show you. This can you guys tell me if you can hear me? Chat, let me know that you can hear me and keep telling me. I can hear you. I can hear you. I want to come back and see how good this audio is. I wonder if it's gonna click out. But this is a dip bar that I have on the other side of this, so you can do dips over here. Obviously, here is the punching bag. Right down here, I've got the pull-up bar or the push-up bar, so you can come down. I'll do it on the other side here, so you can see it. Push-ups. It's a wood bar across. Here's the pull-up bar right here, and I thought about adding something else, but we also, if we're getting crazy, can everybody hear that? You hear just fine. Even over there, you can hear me. Let me see. I got iPad audio here. Or the push-up bar. Oh yeah, you can hear it perfect. Um, all right, preset. Thank you all for letting me know that audio was pretty crispy. Should we try a half quarter here? Half court shot. All right, here we go. This is from about half court. Here we go. try one more. One more from the side. Thing is, when I was younger, man, those half quarters, I'd be money on all the trick shots. Not anymore. It's just, you get old. But trying to stay fit, regardless. That's where we built this setup over here, so we'll be doing it live. Um, Hammer dropping a 50 watt on screen. Hammer wants a lap. That's what Hammer wants. Smitty taking a lap. Smitty taking a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. And watch myself on the iPad here. See how ridiculous I look. Luis dropping 10 gifted memberships. Luis, appreciate you dropping the 10, my boy. What was Hammer's message? I think BTJ with Terry would immediately inject power. Um, an offense for JD5. Obviously, multiple teams need a wide receiver. Yeah, I agree, Hammer. I think BTJ in Washington would be like next up. So I'd say Ravens seem very likely. Um, I mean, really, it just feels like Ravens, Patriots, Commanders. I don't know if any other teams make sense off the top of my head. Thank you, Luis. Luis dropping massive 10 gifted memberships. 10 earlier, 10 after that. Luis, appreciate you. Luis, do 10 push-ups for Luis. 10 push-ups for Luis. 10 for 10 for 10, Luis. Well, he dropped 20. I think he dropped more than that. All right, 10 for Luis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, sir, Luis. It's gonna be like a boot camp out here. Smitty boot camp. Grilling with Smitty, boot camp with Smitty. Hammer, I agree with you 100%. Big Sonny, does Washington have their running back one and running back wide receiver on the roster? I think, yeah, because I think McLaurin will still be their one, even if BTJ lands on the team. But BTJ would be great for the future. I think McLaurin doesn't have like a full year left. I mean, a full year and a half left. Probably 1 year, maybe even breaks down at the end of the year. Running back, I think it's probably going to be Rashad White, as much as I don't want it to be. Simi Valley, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Puka and seven. Puka and seven. What's that mean? Jamar and in one, Burden and 12. Keeper value? So Puka and seven, you can't go wrong with that. Even with all the turmoil and concern, you can't go wrong with that. Puka and seven is fantastic, bro. It is what it is. You're taking no risk right there. You know, then you get your first rounder back. You just drafted Jamar Chase anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a no brainer. Puka and seven, and then you just draft a first rounder. You take Chase in one, then what do you got, bro? You know, even if there's 10 keepers that would have gone above that pick or something, you know, like you're still getting a Hampton and Puka or whatever, a Genti and Puka. That's a no mother freaking brainer, bro. Probably the easiest question I've been asked all week. You know what I'm saying? Here's some coin. Oh, I already did that one. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. All right, let me get to the other chat questions here. Somebody strong. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Um, pretty sure he owns the house, says John. I do. Would it probably help Pull the house down. What is he talking about? Get a pool? I don't want a pool. I don't want a pool. I want a basketball court, which I have. I want a workout gym outside, which I have. I want a pergola here with a grill, which I have. I got everything I need, John. Thanks for disagreeing again. Thanks for disagreeing. Thanks, John, for saying your backyard isn't good enough. You probably now need to tear up all that you've done and make a pool. John, you couldn't disagree more if you tried. I literally, he's saying, hey, nice yard, nice turf, good job saving up all your money and spending it on a nice yard, Smitty. But you know it would look nice? Tearing up everything that you've done and putting a pool right in the middle of your basketball court, Smitty. It would look really amazing if you just, I do have these little lights here. It would look really amazing if you just destroyed everything that you've worked so hard to do. So thanks, John. John, I don't even know why you watch the channel. I truly don't. I have no idea why you watch the channel. I really don't. I don't think you know why you want. Tear up your yard, Smitty. It'd be so much nicer. Jeez, bro. All right. You know, I said I was going to check some DMs, didn't I? Okay, so let me go see if I can find some DMs. Travis didn't leave a DM. I could probably call Travis on Instagram. Let me see if I've got any DM requests from anybody to play anything. I don't think any of you send any DMs, so that's okay. I feel like I could get maybe I can get the phone lines working. Let's try that. Let's try getting the phone line working. That'd be sweet if I could do it on the stream. Let's get let's see if I can get it cooking. All right, here we go. Let me download this and see if I can get. I don't know. I might have to go inside and look at one thing in order to. I don't think I can. Damn it, man. I don't think I can do it without going inside. A phone call. Let me see. Yeah, this might be tougher than I thought, but I'll have it set up for the next time. We'll figure it out. All right. Anybody wants to leave a voice message? I could probably get Travis on here. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. I don't see it. Damn it. I'll have to transfer it later. Okay. Um, let's answer these. BTJ P Wash value, um, volume 10. What's that mean? Am I not loud right now, or am I too loud? Am I too loud? Do I need to turn the volume down? Can you guys let me know if the volume's too loud? Uh, P Wash. What was that question, Travis? Travis wanted to know the difference BTJ and P Wash value. It's a great question because, like, at first you're like, "What do you mean?" Like BTJ, yeah, maybe he's not better. you know. Now the camera's not even tracking me. Okay, I think you put like your hand up. So if you put your hand up like that, it starts to track you. I think that's pretty sweet. Then we'll have the grill. We'll be grilling with Smitty. What should we grill next show? Do breakfast? Do like some sort of like cheese smothered dog with maybe like onions and ketchup and relish and Or steak for Ron Navy. Oh, to answer the question, if that's what you're asking, Travis, I would say, geez, man, I would probably say P. Wash is more valuable. I mean, he's the number one wide receiver there. BTJ feels like he's 2-3. I'm not saying he can't be the second ahead of Myers, but and I'm not saying he can't be the one, but he's got to earn that. He's got to earn that. He's not even close to that. It's definitely not something you can give BTJ the road on. He's got to earn it. I'd say Pete Wash is probably. I think he's just. I don't think you can start talking like he's a wide receiver two yet. I think he needs to be talked about as a glorified high end wide receiver three that can deliver league winning value at that evaluation cost of entry. You start talking about P. Wash like he's a high end two, you're paying a price that you just don't know what you're going to be able to get. Volume sounds not as loud as in the war room, but I'm listening on the AirPods. The volume looks like it's as loud as in the war room. I'll tell you that in terms of the levels, but I think everybody's volume uh, evaluations are different than Reed or Parker Washington. John, Reed's not even a starter. What are we doing? I mean, getting rid of. I mean, it's almost like I got a little opening because Dobbs is gone, but he's still like rotationally the three or four. He's a rotational three, John. There goes John again, disagreeing with our Parker. I mean, Parker Washington. Does it look like I have a read? Do I have read on the screen, John? Are we talking about read? Did I prepare a graphic on a computer that has really nothing on it, but I dragged specifically a Parker Washington graphic over because I knew we'd talk about him? Do I have a read graphic? I don't even know if I have a read graphic in the war room. Maybe the background noise giving feedback. Volume to me sounds good. It shouldn't have any background noise because I'm on AirPods that noise cancel. Oh, like you probably don't even hear this drill, I imagine. So Wix might get traded too. Yeah, that's what I just read. I just read that. Thanks for, but even then, it's like Christian Watson, uh, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and Jaden Reed's probably still not even guaranteed that three spot. We heard the drill. Damn it, John! It's noise canceling for you, not for us. Yeah, it is for you as well, bro. Trust me. For example, if I go into like a Target and there's music on, you won't hear the music. It'll be like you'll barely hear it. Um, Ribs and hot links. Okay, it's one vote. It's one vote, my boy. Why can't I get this phone line working? I very badly want to try. I very badly want to go inside and see if I can get the phone line going. Let's see if I can. Let me. So, Travis, you can call into my Instagram, and then I'll put you next to the speaker. Actually, call in real quickly. Let's see if my AirPods can pick it up. If you're around, if you're not around, no big deal. But I wonder if the AirPods will cancel you out. Unfortunately, let's see if it happens. Smitty, you should have us over for a Super Bowl party. Maybe, bro. I'll think about it. You have never said anything with substance at all. It's always negative. I think Joseph Hammer is talking about John. Well, John, I mean, you're notorious for being completely negative about everything. Like when I say it's noise canceling, you bet you can't hear the drill. No matter what, I know John's going to disagree with me. Even if you can hear the drill, it's just that is what you do. No matter what, no matter like you couldn't even sit that one out. You had to be there to tell me I'm wrong about the drill. You have to be there to say everything's wrong, John. But the problem is the show's right more times than you can count. So how many times does that make you wrong, John? You know, um, I wouldn't let you heathens over to my house. Travis, are you able to call in on, or do you want me to call you on IG? I can call you on IG and see if anybody can hear you, and then I could technically do Instagram calls. And if anybody wanted to call me on Instagram, I could do it. I could potentially do it. So let's see here, Travis. I'm going to put you on speaker real quickly. Go ahead and talk, and let me see if my AirPods can pick you up.
Can you hear me right now?
Guys, can you hear Travis? Could you hear Travis pretty clear? Um, what do you think about? Answer your own question. Parker Washington or BTJ?
So, I mean, I think you have to go Parker Washington. I was kind of talking like if BTJ gets moved, who do you like better?
Okay.
Like, I guess dynasty standpoint, like, unless we're doing a dynasty show, though, we can save that for that. But in general, I guess if BTJ gets moved.
Yeah. It sounds like everybody can hear you. Okay. At least we can do it like this. Um, uh, BTJ getting moved. I mean, don't you think that like we wouldn't keep hearing about it if he was so untradeable? You know, like we're constantly hearing about it. Why are we hearing about it from ESPN reporters?
Yeah, I don't
What
buy that.
like when the GM says he's not for sale, the worst thing he could do is say that person's for sale. But then you maybe say, hey, if you're interested, we'll listen to whatever. But yeah, we're not looking to sell them. But I think there's still like a 20% chance BTJ gets traded, which isn't a crazy number. It's not like that's the.
I think it's more. I actually think it's more because I think someone, unless they're like dead set on getting like a top 20 pick or getting like, a first and a second or something like that. I think if they would take a late first or a couple seconds or something like that, I think he'll get moved because I think they want to open it up for Washington. I kind of feel like, Cohen has his guys that he likes. We've talked about this with Ben Johnson and other coaches. It kind of feels like they want to open it up for Parker Washington and whatever packages they have, Travis Hunter in and all that.
Yeah, I think so too. I would call in if I'm gonna get trucked. You mean if you weren't gonna get trucked, John? All you gotta do is not call in and say, "Hey, Smitty, your yard looks like shit. You should get a pool put right in the middle of all the work you've done." Like, what do you expect? You're not getting trucked. You're getting called out by being super negative constantly. You're always being negative. I mean, imagine being like, guys, okay, the yard's done. What do you think of it? I think you look fat in that outfit, Smitty. And number two, couldn't you put like a pool like in the middle of all of the work that you just had done? I'm just thinking it'd be nice. Might let the place look nicer. And John, you want to know why if you call, you might get trucked. No one's going to truck anything, but you're just going to end up being negative. Or you're going to be like Purple John, where you call in and you're all, white doves and butterflies and rose petals. and then when you get off the phone line, you're going to be a terror, you know. But it's like, what makes you think that, John? What makes you think that's the thing to say? All right, I mean, just come on, imagine that, bro. Like, think about it. Like, who would say that? I've been waiting a year. I'm so embarrassed. I've been waiting a year to show you my yard. I've been working on it so hard. I got the courage up today. I decided, guys, here's my yard. Looks like shit. Put a pool right in the middle. Just drop a pool. Drop a. It would have been even worse if John came in and said, put a above ground pool. It's so bad. Above ground pool would look better, Smitty. Um, oh, boy. Oh, we got another super chat here. I don't think I've addressed. Luis says, forget that. If John calls, we have a dynasty show tonight. What are you saying, Luis? You saying you're going to drop a couple extenders on the dynasty show tonight? John, if you call and Luis drops some dynasty show extenders, we'll hear you out.
Luis
That's
is the ultimate team
yeah,
player.
Luis.
He's such an open door, welcoming
He
everybody.
is.
Love it.
Luis is the man. You might
He's a
hear.
community guy.
Can you guys hear Travis now that there's? I got the AC unit on, so you can't hear. Sorry, John, I can't do anything about the AC unit. I would just truck it. Couldn't you buy a quieter AC unit when that one's still working? I mean, it'd be better for the show if you just spent the extra 10 grand on a new AC unit now, even though you don't need it because it's getting a little louder as it's getting older.
The thing is, like, if he calls in and we disagree, we'll disagree. We're not going to truck him. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, unless it's something ridiculous. But
yeah. Well, I can't even take a call. Really. I'll let. Hey, John, call into the Dynasty Show. How's that? Call in the Dynasty Show. Can people still hear Travis? He thoughts on Tucker Craft. Speaking of trucking, uh, Tucker Tucker looks like he's doing well. Um, Kind of still need some updates before we start going ham on the Tucker Craft like drafting. Like there's still a lot of like news we need on him. Like how is he doing? Like what's it look like? How he's coming back from a torn ACL, right? Why am I blanking on that? Yeah, ACL.
yeah,
What do you want? What do how do you just draft him blindly? You got to be careful on that. Not to mention his ADP's around a lot of guys we still like, and the tight end position is pretty deep this year, where you've got guys like Isaiah Likely and Gadsden going rounds after Tucker Craft, and they literally could produce similar numbers. You could get like a Sadiq and Isaiah Likely combo, or a Sadiq and Gadsden combo, and pay literally double digit round value. So I think you got to be careful to draft too much Tucker Craft. But if all looks good, we get to June, July, even maybe even August, we got to wait. You don't draft till late August or mid August anyway. We should we should know whether Tucker Craft is worth the 20, 30, or 10% roster share. But I wouldn't be drafting him in any higher than like 2 out of 10 leagues, even if you're overzealous on Tucker Craft, because there's so many other options that are just cheaper.
So, looking at the underdog rankings right now, the closest tight ends to him, he's 89, Harold Fannon's 80, and Pitts is 99. How do you feel in the Florida 101? How do you feel about Pitts versus Tucker Craft for redraft?
I'm definitely mixing it up. I'm definitely not like, but if I only have one option, I'm on the clock. It's only one. Yeah, I got to make a call. I think I'd probably lean toward Kyle Pitts right now until I know
Me
Tucker
too.
Craft is good to go.
I think Pitts is getting a little underrated. I know he had a little boost to his value when people started talking him up because he had the big end of season. But I feel like people are kind of underestimating. Like if their line play is decent, they have Bijan. They have London healthy. And if Tua is the starter, which kind of sounds like he's got the upper hand on right now, like if Tua has time to throw, he can deliver the ball. Like I think people are kind of missing the potential there.
Well,
that offense even.
And you also have, Tommy Reese, who made Fannin the top 5 tight end.
Good point. Yep.
And while I don't necessarily think that has to could you guys hear Travis clear with the AC going? I'm just curious how much it isolated that out. But if you could answer that, that would be helpful. But I don't think
I just checked it. It seems pretty good.
Okay. It doesn't have to be Tommy Reese, Fannin, Tommy Reese, Kyle Pitts. I think London can very much be his weapon. Tommy Reese just didn't have anybody. He was the most talented pass catcher, so Fannin ate. But I do think there's obviously a good architecture and play design that can allow a tight end to score high amount of points. So I think that Tommy Reese, the offensive coordinator who just made Fannin a top 5, number 5 tight end, is a very good sign for Kyle Pitts returning to the top 10 at least. And Kraft might be number 4 or 5 and Pitts be 6, but there's a higher risk level diving into Tucker Kraft, not having setbacks, not knowing what the hell to do. Everyone said loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hammer said, "I don't." Travis and I disagree often, but they are good conversations, different points of view. Thank you. He said, "Yes, sir." He could hear loud and clear. Travis disagrees with you on that. No, I'm just kidding. Travis says he agrees. Harvey, John disagrees with both of you on that. Harvey versus Parker Washington. Well, Harvey goes.
Interesting.
Yeah, Harvey goes a lot higher though. So you're needing to ask me Parker and something or Harvey is what you're asking me. But in a vacuum, I'm gonna go. Well, if I was forced to make a decision,
actually, they're close now.
Okay.
Parker Washington is 73 collar because they're 72.9. Harvey is 66.5. So they're within 7 spots of each other. So half a round.
Okay. I'll probably say, hey, John, you mind if I walk around in the place where you're specking out the pool? Is that okay? I want to appreciate the land before it's gone. Parker Washington. So I guess I would say that, you know what, in a vacuum, here's what I'm thinking. I don't think Harvey gets more than 400 or 500 yards receiving. I think getting 4, 5, 6 touchdowns receiving, 40, 50 receptions receiving, that would be ideal Harvey production. And then he's probably getting 3, 4 touchdowns, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns on the ground, 400 or 500 yards. I mean, that's just what Harvey's role is going to be. And you think about Parker Washington, he's getting more receptions to account for having kind of production on both sides of rushing and receiving. But at the end of the day, is Parker Washington getting more total yards than Harvey, or at least equal, but a chance at maybe the same number of touchdowns, and then having probably 20 to 30 reception difference that puts him over the edge? Probably. Can you guys hear? I walked over there just to test the audio for if we're doing different things around the yard, like if I have different stations, workout station, grill station. Did that audio come in loud and clear, guys?
Every time I heard it was clear.
Everyone says they can hear you better than normal.
That's crazy. That's funny. It's funny because Harvey and Washington were actually not too far off last year. Harvey had 182 points. Harvey 205. Harvey had almost 900 yards, 12 touchdowns. Touchdowns were the difference because P-Wash had 800 something yards and I think 5 touchdowns. So
Puka to rehab. What? Did that just break?
Ooh, could do breaking news show.
Turf is weak. Whatever, bro. Say
He's
what you
more negative than John.
Yeah, say what you want, John's dad. Whatever, bro. Get your own name. That's weak. That's weak. That's weak. Talk about weak.
Do you think? I've been meaning to ask you actually with Harvey, if they, Dobbins stays healthy or they bring in another back, whatever happens. Do you think he's going to be like Gainwell last year? Gainwell ended up RB 16, 537 rushing yards, 486 receiving yards, 5 rush touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns. Like, do you see him in that range, or do you think he has a higher ceiling? Or
Gainwell, I think he probably has a little higher ceiling, but a little riskier floor, because if Bucky goes ham, then he can't really take over what he was getting in Pittsburgh, and in Pittsburgh he was getting fed. It was just receiving work, but if let's say Bucky goes down, then Zach Robinson is going to use the hell out of him, and he's going to be a monster.
Yeah, I agree. But
Yeah.
like you would say, if you said that, a lot of people would go, "Oh, if he's like Gainwell, that's a bust." But Gainwell was RB 16 last year, so you're hoping for more than that from Harvey. But in the grand scheme of things, if that's his floor, like RB 16 to 20, that's probably not going to kill you for where you draft him.
Yeah, I agree with that. What else we got? Let me move Puka out of my way. Puka, get out of my way, bro. Where we at? Puka. Does everybody want to predict what happens with BTJ? Very, very curious.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they get traded, what team does he go to? Include that. The one thing I was going to say earlier about when we were talking about the Jets and this and that, like, while I don't want anyone going to the Jets, I guess I have to give the Jets credit if they just bring in talent. As crazy as it seems without a QB, if they drafted a Ty Simpson, or if they should have a high pick. They should have some hope at QB next year. Like, this is, again, glass half full type of stuff. But bringing in talent is never a bad thing for a football team. It sucks for fantasy, though.
Prof says, "How can Smitty afford a nice looking place like that?" What's with the hater comments today? What?
Backhanded comments. That's nice. You get a pool.
John, you got your whole family in here tonight? Is this your cousin? You got your cousin and your dad in the stream? Like, what's going on here? I mean, is my channel not doing well for you, Prof? Is that what you think? Is it trash? Why are you here? Why are you here?
Like you're like begging on the side of the road with a cop. Jeez.
I mean, why are you here then, bro? Why are you, John, and the fake who in here? Copycat name. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Imposter.
I mean, kick rocks if you want. I don't care. Or BTJ to Miami. I think it's possible.
Yeah. Let me see what Miami has for picks.
You. Not to mention, it took a long. Just like when I started the stream from my bedroom, and I put a wall up, so Miss Smitty had less than 3/4 of a room, and she was okay with it. She's like, "I believe in you." Put a wall up, and it was cool at the time. I look back on it, and it was crazy. Like I got video footage of it. I'll show it. If anybody was with me back then, Silver was.
Was that your Derrick Henry video? Is that
where the Derrick Henry video was, and it was, even though it was wildly chaotic, and it was about this narrow, because I didn't want to take up too much of the bedroom. I built a wall. It had no AC. It got so sweaty and hot in there. I was dripping sweat after every show. And I put everything I had from the first couple years into building the studio extended to my home, and it was awesome though to have. I was so excited to get in there, and I feel like the studio is badass. I don't think there's anybody has a better studio than the show, the War Room, I guess as we're calling it. Um, but this is taking some time to build this yard up. This yard is. I'll give you a little tour. I know some of you guys won't respect it. There's turf, but here's the did I just smudge the
Turf, but
camera?
like
The
you
turf,
have to realize you're in Arizona too.
but
Like
even so, what's wrong with turf? Like
I don't think
who
there's
made the
anything wrong
rule
with
that
it.
turf is bad?
Yeah.
Here's the basketball court. There's the putting green over there. You can't really see it because I don't have lighting. Let me see if I can shine light. Can't really see it too well, but there's a putting green right here. It doesn't have a pool yet, John, but freaking John, man, ridiculous. Now I can't fix the damn camera. There it is. Okay, the turf is awesome. I mean, we have a basketball hoop. Let me see if
No,
this
no bugs in the turf either, really.
no, yeah,
Like
not like really none. Wrong. Oh man, screwed up again.
you guys have fire ants out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, those things suck.
let's see here. Now I got screwed up the camera.
Prophet's trying to redeem himself.
What's he saying now? Never
He
meant,
never. Yeah.
never meant to hate. Let's see how could Smitty afford a nice place? Let's let's see how I haven't even read it yet, but let's see how that comment could not have meant to be hating. Hey guys, does anybody know how Smitty can afford it, even to live in a nice place at all? Never meant for it to be hating comment or like I'm pocket watching. It's just it looks really nice, and I literally only see Smitty doing fantasy live streams. That doesn't explain it. That doesn't explain. That doesn't explain anything, bro.
And then I guess I could have asked Smitty if he did any other kind of work, but
That's even worse. Like you're literally saying you don't think my show's good enough to earn an income to afford a place, let alone a nice place, maybe a bad place. But you're
whatever,
like
Smitty.
you literally sound worse than before, bro. Like what do you what do some of you even think what you're saying before you say it?
You gotta work on your
Like,
social skills.
and I don't care. I have the thickest skin in the world. I'm just laughing at some of you, at how ridiculous your comments are. Oh, what I should have asked is your show couldn't possibly support you. So what else do you do for a living? Like I only see you in your studio, which is trash. It's it's so bad. I would have assumed that you had to have done something else in order to afford a home. Not to mention, just to be clear, you can't even see my home, so you don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's nice. Maybe it's not. The yard, apparently, according to a few of you, is trash because I've turf. Unreal. You're lucky I don't care. You never said the studio is trash, but you said I didn't know if Smitty maybe did something else because all I've seen him do is work in his studio. where he wouldn't be able to afford a nice place. Like that's what you're saying. Do you understand that?
That's how
Like,
it comes across.
oh, bro, actually prefer turf over grass, less maintenance. Yeah, us poor people, it definitely is better. We don't have to spend money on water or
Yeah.
potentially oil and gas.
Yeah, you
So
can't afford a
can't
lawnmower.
afford it. Um, all right, Luis, is he still here? Are we doing a dynasty stream? Did Luis talk me into it?
Luis is still here.
Luis, you want to do a dynasty stream? Since Luis is maybe dropping an extender from what I gather, uh, an extender, extender. I'm not saying extenders. Never expected, always appreciated. You know, I'm I'm uh, I'm pretending to live in this house next to me, so I got to race back to the real house that I live in. Luis,
Then
what?
we
I,
got Taylor Swift drowning dogs.
I love how this guy thinks he's making it better for himself, though. He's like, I didn't. I was just saying, like, maybe you had another job because you can't. Like, how could you afford this? Your show isn't good enough to afford a house. Prof, explain yourself on that. I'm just curious. This is the psychology. I know you don't know this, but I have a psych degree. I know that baffles you. That Smitty has an education too. You got to be kidding me, right? My undergrad degree was in psychology, and that's what I mostly get my kicks. I get a kick out of it is because of that, not because it offends me. But I would love to hear your explanation for how it wouldn't be offensive to say, "Do you have another job to afford that house?" Like, please do explain. All right, where's Luis?
Yeah, where'd you go, Luis? He was just here.
Yeah, and John trying to stand up for me uh, is offensive just in itself. Maybe he's good with money. Maybe he doesn't make a lot of money, but at least he's good with it. Is what
It's
John's trying to
frugal.
say. And he's been there a long time. Like there's got to be another explanation, right? And probably has low interest rates because he couldn't get one with a high interest rate.
Lived like a hermit for
Some of
years
you,
until he saved
some of
enough
you
money.
guys, there's no way you got girlfriends. There's no way. There's no way. And if somehow some wonderful woman chose to marry a few of you, I I mean I would like to potentially send some of my super chats their way so that we can buy them flowers that you don't buy them.
Okay, Hammer dropping the pre-extender.
Dynasty. Is Luis gone?
No, Luis is here.
I'm here.
Luis is really determined to get John to call
Don't worry about
in.
John. Don't worry about John,
I wouldn't
Luis.
hold your breath,
Let's
but
just do a different.
I mean, Hammer already chimed in here, so
Donnie, letting go your fire ants comment.
he's
All right, Luis, what are we doing the show on? It's up to you and Hammer.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's do a versus. John Hammer, you give me the first player name. John, you give me the or Hammer, you give me the first player name. Luis, you give me the second player name, and we'll do a face off between the two. But it's gonna be in Luis's responsibility here to make sure the player is kind of even on Hammer's with Hammer's selection.
Who is Rick Ross Taylor Swift?
I don't
He
know.
seems to know where you live, at least the area.
Nah, Smitty planted that person in here to ask those questions. There's no way that's real. Jared, I wish it was true that it was fake.
No, it's real.
It,
Those people exist.
they are my followers. Backyard looks good, bro. Says Silver. Remember you shooting hoops back in the day. Good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate you, Silver. I'm glad some of you like the bag. I'll be honest. I don't take offense to anybody. This yard is I love it. It's freaking phenomenal. This yard is unbelievable. It took a long time to get it to where it's at. It's a very very big backyard. It took me like 2 years to really get it to where I wanted it. I need more lighting, but it doesn't offend me one single bit. Especially when we have a little more lighting. I think it'll be well known how nice it looks.
John wants Pittman versus Chris Godwin for
No,
the
no,
dynasty
no,
show.
no, thank you. No, thank you. Hammer says Tootin Igbuka T. I'll go to court for. Okay, let's maybe do boot. We've already done some Tootin stuff. We've already done a lot of Buka stuff too,
Done
though.
a lot of Puka stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John, pick another or Hammer, John.
Luis, what about Luis? Is he gonna name someone?
Okay, Luis, pick somebody, and then maybe Hammer can counter. But we definitely need to mix it up a little bit. We definitely had a little too much of that. Maybe if I cleaned up a little bit. I got all this stuff around. Maybe that's what making it look like it's not as nice up in here or something. I don't know. These people, bro. Neighbors. Okay, I like that one.
Nico Neighbors. Yeah.
Nico, neighbors, and maybe London. Nico, neighbors.
Yeah. London's always a good one. People are really split on him. I see all types of values for him.
Nico, neighbors, London. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll see you in there.
Okay, bye.
All right. I'll see you boys in the live stream. Appreciate all that partook in the episode one outdoor. I think what we decided to do is that the as much as I wanted to do a daytime Rumble show, I think we could kind of lock down Wednesday nights as the Rumble grilling with Smitty. You know, it makes sense. And then we'll still do more Rumble shows. We'll still do. I mean, Rumbles. We're live on Rumble whenever we're live on YouTube, except for tonight. I got to figure out how to fix that. Just probably a small little error. Thank you, Hammer, for the $20 super chat. I'll see you all on the Dynasty channel in T minus 5 minutes. Appreciate every single one of you.